super quick. Continuing, because I only have time to get in one game if we can get it going quickly. So I might just skip the recruiting here, but uh, continuing our West Virginia dynasty where we've got these rules that we're trying to follow. Oh, I'm stretching my headset, and so we played a couple games. And basically, we lost to Bama at home 21-10. That, we did okay for what we're trying to do and how we're trying to play. Took care of business with FCS. Now we got to go to Utah, but they're coming off a big loss to Arkansas. So, recruiting wise, let's do this. Let me play the podcast, and then I'll do recruiting real quick, and then we'll jump into the game.
The debate, we are analyzing the early returns on the Ethan Cross era at West Virginia University. 2 games in, we have 2 very different data points. A gritty 21-10 loss to 10th-ranked Alabama, and, well, a dominant 45-14 win over an FCS opponent. This leaves us with a fundamental question about the program's trajectory. Is this touted culture shift showing genuine signs of life? Or did that opening loss expose a roster that is fundamentally ill-suited for this new physical system?
I believe the team is displaying the exact resilience and defensive identity that was promised by Cross. And I guess I take the opposing view here. I believe the offensive anemia we saw against elite competition makes any discussion of culture feel, well, premature. When you peel back the layers of that Alabama box score, specifically the rushing metrics, it suggests that all the offseason skepticism was warranted. You can't just ask a finesse-heavy roster to suddenly play power football and expect it to work against top-tier talent.
I understand the skepticism, I do, but you have to look past the final score of the Alabama game. For a roster transition of this magnitude, just avoiding a blowout is significant. The metric that matters for a culture shift is effort. The defense held a top 10 team to 331 total yards. I mean, they didn't fold. And furthermore, that bounce-back performance against the FCS opponent wasn't just a win, it was proof that the power run game works when the execution is clean.
See, I have to push back on using the FCS game as proof of anything. That
Fair
is
enough.
a lower division opponent.
Fair enough.
Beating them is a baseline requirement, not some kind of triumph. The Alabama game provided the only data point that matters for viability in the Power 4 conference. And the stat line is, well, it's a killer. 39 rushing yards, total. That confirms the offseason fears. You simply cannot claim the system works when it completely evaporated the moment it met real resistance.
39 yards is poor, yes, but you're focusing entirely on the offensive struggles while ignoring the spine of this team. Let's talk about defensive resilience. Yes, quarterback Nico Marchiol threw 3 interceptions, but the defense kept them in the fight. Specifically, you have to look at Dwayne Galloway. We are talking about a cornerback posting 7 tackles, a tackle for loss, and an interception against Alabama receivers. That is not a finesse performance. That's a corner competing every single snap, allowing the team to survive turnovers without getting blown out.
Galloway was a bright spot, I'll grant you that, I agree. But you can't decouple the defense from the quarterback play. Marchion going 2 for 8 on 3rd downs with 3 turnovers isn't just pressing. It looks a lot like recklessness. And on the run game, you cited the success against the FCS team. I mean, does Diora Hubbard's 146-yard, 3-touchdown day really tell us anything? My concern is that Hubbard is still a finesse player who capitalized on inferior tackling against the groupers.
He might have.
And that's not going to fly when they have to travel to play a physical team like Utah.
It tells us the mechanics are there. Hubbard was running downhill, not dancing. 21 carries implies a commitment to the system. But if you want to talk about translating to elite competition, look at Gideon Nquenti. He had 87 receiving yards against Alabama and followed it up with 91 yards and a touchdown last week. The guy is physically strong at the catch point, regardless of who is guarding him. That consistency proves that high-level recruits are thriving in Cross's system.
Niquenti is undeniably a talent, maybe the only true power receiver on the roster. However, if the offensive line cannot generate more than 39 yards of push against a real defensive front, Niquenti's talent is nullified. You
Maybe.
mentioned Utah. They're coming off a game where they just gave up 41 points to Arkansas. They are going to be angry, and they'll be looking to physically challenge this run game in a way the FCS opponent simply could not.
That is true, but this program is learning how to respond to that kind of adversity. The defensive havoc we saw last week, specifically Curtis Jones Jr., racking up 4 tackles for loss and 2 sacks, that sets a new standard for the trenches. This team is learning to win ugly, which is always the first step.
Winning ugly works until you play a team that thrives in the mud. The defense is spirited, but the offense, right now, remains a liability.
Well, we'll see if that defensive line can dictate terms in Salt Lake City. That road trip is the definitive measuring stick.
Agreed. Utah will tell us if this growth is real or if it's just a mirage.
See how this goes.
Welcome everyone to Rice-Eccles Stadium and one of the most intimidating environments in all of college football, mostly because the Utah Utes are always a handful. Today a couple of squads here to square off in a Big 12 showdown. As we'll see, the West Virginia Mountaineers taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Utah Utes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started.
See how this one goes.
And the Mountaineers will kick it away first. Coming out with it, it's Glover. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. So Utah's offense will go on the attack first. Last week was a tape they'd rather just
2
put
picks
right
last
in the
week. That's what we need to
dumpster and
capitalize
forget
on.
about it. David, how does a guy bounce back from a game like the one he had last week?
So I'm trying to remember all the rules I've got, so how I play.
That was not what they're wanting to do, man. Just turning the
No
football
early
over,
blitzes.
not enough productive plays. And so how do you bounce back? How do you get started in this football game? Jesse, make it easy. Get them in a rhythm. Don't make it very complicated. Don't give them a chance to turn it over again. You don't need to put this losing streak to another digit in the column.
Yeah, I agree. I think there was 2 big things. I think one, he was just pressing. He was trying to
And
force
long.
the
We may
big
wanna
play
consider a
happen when
blitz
there were
here.
other completions to be had. So he's just got to do a
We're
better
gonna sit
job
back
being
again.
patient. And I think the guys around him also have to step up as well. They need to run the football. They need to get that controlled passing game going on early to get into a rhythm, as you said, to help this guy get into a good
Which?
pace here early and turn the page from what happened the last time.
They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. It can get pretty wild in the Big 12. Some of these outposts are like snake pits when you have to go on the road. Got to get off to a quick start in conference play.
It is always wacky, Reese. Like, there's always something that happens in the Big 12, and somebody comes out of nowhere in the Big 12 every single year. So
Kidding me,
starting in
dude.
conference play,
Have
following
no
games
type
start
of
to really
pursuit
matter,
speed.
really add up, and the pressure amplifies.
It's so true, too. When you think about the Big 12 Conference, it just seems like teams get caught sleepwalking. So you've got to start fast. And the challenge, I think, for these coaching staffs, these 2 teams, every week they've got to have their team ready to go, and it starts today.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking for a man. It's St. Clair. Plucks it out of the air.
Oh. What? They gave him first?
Before getting it into opponent territory.
He looks short. I'm like tempted to challenge, but it doesn't really matter.
Defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide. He
Like-
sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass. You'll take that
I mean,
completion.
all right, whatever.
The
Let it
Utes have
slide.
their offense in high gear. Wants to go up top on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Glover. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
He's going for the big play.
Oof.
And it slips through
I'm
his
not doing well
fingers,
switching right now.
incomplete. That would have been a huge
line.
gain if he could have held on. And
That
the Utes
sneak,
come
huh?
to the line needing just inches for the first down. Tries to slither forward on the sneak. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it
Do we
up.
blitz on 4th and short?
When you call the quarterback sneak, you're thinking, I'm going to fall forward and get at least a yard.
Not going
but
to.
Palmer, that defensive line got in there, and the QB got nothing.
Well, he's got to do a better job with the snap count, too, and try to catch the defense when they're napping. Right there, everybody was set and ready. And one more of those type plays, and this dude's losing his quarterback sneak privileges.
This is the most annoying thing in the world for a defense, is when you start to play all these plays and all these pass concepts and routes, and then you let the quarterback get outside the pocket, and he takes off, and he gets a first down. Like, so much to defend. That is the hardest thing to defend.
Get
you don't
him.
know where it's going to happen on the field and when it's going to happen.
There's nobody up front getting
Sometimes it
around.
takes quarterbacks a few plays
Second
to
and
really
long.
get
Let's
into
blitz
the rhythm
again.
of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback
Buddy
that
up.
time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go.
I love it. The defense brings extra bodies near the line of scrimmage. They choose to blitz, get to him, try to speed up the processor just a little bit, force the scramble, no damage done. Nice job by this defense making him think.
He's got it.
Dude, I switched to him, hit triangle, and he just kind of stood still and jumped. That should have been an interception.
About the start from this offense.
That should have been an interception.
Just when they needed a third down conversion, they got it. They put
Like he had
a bunch of
concrete
plays
on his
together,
feet.
kind of wore the defense out, and in the end, punched it in for 6.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive.
That should have been picked.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So West Virginia's offense will try to get
See how the
something going
defense,
with their
see how the
first
offense
possession.
plays after.
Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one
It's like
this
Alabama,
guy
and then we
had
have an
last week,
FCS team, so
basically.
it's
He
like
just ran wild through the
don't really know
defense.
what we're like, honestly.
Out in the open field, he was making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. And this offense has vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before because of this guy's unique talent in this one.
Yeah, and the defense, all eyes on him. That will be the main focus. More guys in the box. I wonder if it
Get
opens
off
up
of
the
me.
passing game and the perimeter throws and maybe some big plays through the air because they know he is the man, he is the guy, he is priority number 1.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. On the run, it's Hubbard. There he
Hubbard.
goes. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
And we're just.
The Mountaineers will line it up on 1st and 10.
Nope. I don't even know if we're gonna be able to audible this. Nope, not. I'm trying to run this.
Right back to the well.
Pick the
Defense
block.
there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29.
I feel like we're set up for a quick pass
no
now.
secret on this drive. This offense, they're not trying to maintain balance. They're trying to line up and just dot you right in the eyes. 4 straight runs, get the first down, and really starting to play physical.
Got him looking run. He wants to throw. And
Of course he
really
drops
needed
it.
to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
20. Doing his thing.
Crowd knows this defense needs them right now.
I can't audible at all on the road. It's crazy how you can't even. There we go.
They'll throw it from the red zone.
Oh, no.
Pressure coming.
I got sacked, but I was trying to hit triangle. Of course he's injured.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out.
I don't think this other guy's any good.
Life miserable for this offense. Find some fresh air. And the
I need to
defense
just, like,
wrestles
not-
it to the ground.
And I know it's not a first down.
Pass
but
it?
still
I
like
mean,
the way they
they're
run the
just
football here. Just
really
try to
not
make the
doing
next
much
third
against-
down manageable. Try to get it where it's not as predictable. I think the offense did a really good job being smart there, taking what the defense gave them.
From the gun, the running
good
back
block.
looking for room. And boy, is he close
4th
to
and
that
inches?
first
No
down.
way.
Just a couple of inches short.
See what they come out in if I come out in a goal line. I could also do I.
The offense
I feel like
stays
this
on the
is
field. They
okay.
just
Like
have inches
inches.
to go on fourth
Gotta go for
down.
this.
Tries to surge ahead on the sneak.
And 4th and inches, you know what's coming. You know they're going to run the quarterback sneak, but it's one of the hardest plays in football to stop. You got to find a way to dive from the defensive line spot and stop the feet of the quarterback, and they couldn't do it. And listen, they only...
Dude, the blocking.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown.
Do the ball one
Mountaineers.
time, maybe twice.
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take
Yeah, I
a
mean, we
quick
just
look at
ran
some
it down their
stats.
throats.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out.
We
to
should
the
have had a pick
25-yard line.
on that last drive.
The Utah offense returns ready to
being
go
honest.
back on the attack. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. And he is
For
stopped
loss.
immediately by the big
Bring the
defensive
blitz.
lineman. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Not much doing there. He gets it
Third
to the
and long.
26, a gain of 1.
And man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Unloads to
Yes,
the
sir.
wideout. Intercepted, and the defense
That's what
is
we're
set
about.
up.
Man, these defenders practice this all week long. It's locating the football with your eyes. Great job being in
we
position.
did nothing
also
but run the
how
ball a
about
minute
getting
ago.
your head around,
Quincy.
locating the ball in the air so you can go up, pick it off for the defense.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to
I
the
forced
wideout.
that. I should not have done that. I forced it into like one of their best
And some
defenders,
defensive
apparently.
backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just
Ah.
a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Nico is just.
Utah has it back in the offense coming onto the field. Ings got off to a good start with a touchdown on the
Of course he
opening
bounces
drive
off of
and
that.
then quickly went to pot with a pick on the second one, and now they'll see if they can find the middle with this 3rd possession.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of
I
attack.
cannot
and
believe I
find a little boost for your
instantaneously
running
threw a
back.
pick.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He'll keep it himself. Sweet
Of course, I big hit him and he just
They knock him down.
bracks
He's got
like
enough
it's
to get
nothing.
it across the
I
line
don't know.
and pick up the first down.
Heisman is Heisman sometimes.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of
I'm
having
so
someone
angry that I threw that
dedicating
pick.
themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They go to the ground. He stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. Trying to pick up a 1st down.
Ugh.
Scanning the field, it's St. Clair. Unleashes one.
I'm right there. I'm right there hitting square, and the guy just doing nothing. Doesn't put his hands up. Nothing.
The Utes have this offense.
Oh my God, that is frustrating.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into
Air
traffic.
just.
And that's exactly what happened.
Come on.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. And
They need to fix some of the AI with like 4th and 1s, 4th inches.
He'll keep it on the sneak.
Pretty much go to sneak every time.
Go against this defense to
Which in this
find that
situation, I'm not going to
single
complain
yard
about,
lead
but
on 3rd down. The punt team makes its
can't
way
believe I
onto
threw
the
that
field.
pick on 15.
Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Hauls it in, looking for space. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Might be calling a hot route. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Quarterback strolling
Just
away from heat.
win,
couldn't
man.
find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's-
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Here we
Fires to
go.
the big fella.
There we go.
The 40-yard line.
We need to
They'll
get
mark it at
Markiel
the 39 to pick up a 15.
going somehow.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down.
3
What
for
a
6
weapon.
for 32 yards in the entire
As
first
we
half.
have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half.
We've been running all over him. I really don't want to go away from it right now.
And the Mountaineers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down.
Might be the one time we actually take a shot if he beats him.
2nd down,
If
they'll
not.
go to the air. Quickly to the tight end. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The Mountaineers have it with a 1st and 10.
This is like, I don't understand I don't know if it's my controller, but like this is one of those things where like I want to audible and it's not letting me, or like change a route. I will change the play though.
Wants to throw it. Here
I
comes
had
the heat.
I had
Nowhere to go with the ball.
I had triangle
He
wide
goes
open.
at the 39.
I'm still getting used to playing with a lefty quarterback. It's just not something I'm used to
Really
doing.
impressed by this pass rush, Reese. Just guys winning their individual
Hurting myself
battles
constantly.
one-on-one up front. They're able to get to the quarterback.
Finds his big tight end. And they're able to get him on the ground.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has.
We should be winning
Son on
this
that
game
play.
easily. Well, easily win.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Steps away to find some room. Finding an escape route. He's brought down at the
44.
44-yard line, and the defense making
Call
a
timeout.
play on 3rd down.
That'd be a big punt. I don't think we got.
To stop the clock.
I think we can try and get in range. That's what we're gonna try and do.
And the Mountaineers need to pick it up on 4th down.
Like they're in zone. And maybe run it. I just don't know if I'd get enough.
He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's got him. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
One more play.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Making side adjustments here. Wants to throw on 1st down. He finds a dead spot in the middle. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the 1st down.
The clock to run like a little bit.
They'll immediately call timeout. And in the waning seconds of the 1st half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. He'll try to put up the 3 ball from 43 yards away.
Ooh-wee.
And that one took everything.
Tried to miss it.
Had to sneak it over the crossbar inside the left upright. And with that, they've taken the lead. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. We're just about ready to start the 2nd half.
Like 17-7 for sure.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. West Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. They go to work in the 3rd quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble.
Of course, he just comes off that block.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the 2nd half.
I think you can do that too offensively by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right, that pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the 2nd half, this could be a much different looking football.
This is why Rice Eccles, one of the toughest places to play in all the country. Try to get your
Gotta
3rd
punt
down
that.
conversion in the midst of this. The
I shouldn't have called
Mountaineers
that.
will send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one.
Guys, why do they take such wide routes running to the front guys on my team?
40-yard line before he stopped. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
I feel like we've been lucky that we've actually got him in like 1s and inches.
They booted away. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Looking to throw on 1st down.
Are you kidding me?
And those two couldn't make
Are you
the
kidding me?
connection. It's
Everything
an
that
incomplete
can go
pass.
wrong in this game will go wrong, apparently.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side.
Good run, good run, good run.
Really been bad.
Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
And that's a nice 3rd down conversion for this offense. And I'll tell you what, the struggle for this offense has been stringing those 1st downs together. They're not in the top 50 in college football in 1st downs. They'll get one and then they kind of stall. Let's see if they can put multiple 1st downs together, get one of those long drives going.
to the air on first down.
He ran into his own dude, I think.
The defense putting on the heat and forcing the
Hey,
incompletion.
what?
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Yep. Song coming down, boot anyway.
Way to set him up. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, you.
It's going to be the death of us as a West Virginia team.
I love this free safety.
Like, we just
how he
don't
plays center
have-
field, and oftentimes he's able to bait QBs
Oh,
into
throwing
bad decisions.
way too many. I'm tempted to just bench this. Actually, you know what?
One way, put his foot in the ground, got in front of that pass.
I just
and
don't
showed
think
you
he's
the
the
reach,
guy,
returning it for a
fortunately.
touchdown.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really
We just
disciplined
cannot
job
get
by the
anything going with
coverage
him
unit
back
to
there.
get down there and make the stop at the 19.
Like, always super
West
difficult.
Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time.
I don't know what the offensive coordinator is calling either. It's just nothing but runs.
Stopping the run.
Like, I get it,
All
but
starts and ends with them, and you saw great effort on that last play.
Brown will throw it. Fires to the big fella. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice
we can
pickup
pull
on
blocks
second
here. This
down
might
to
actually be a
help them
decent
on the
play.
next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes.
Got
Finding
it.
a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your
Made the
brain.
right read.
Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the tight end. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a...
Oh, he's got some space. And he scoops
Okay.
his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the first down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the first down marker is.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions
Wow.
moving forward.
I threw that
And
into
there
some
might have
coverage.
been trouble if they hadn't gotten to him immediately. The mighty Utah student section alive and bringing the noise on third down. Rides to back and
Of course, he comes off that block.
He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Utah has the lead here. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take
We
a
have like
look at
no
our game
yards.
summary.
Either do they, honestly. What a battle this has been. I'd rather come out
Trailing
and
by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on
goal
fourth
line.
down. Trying to keep the drive alive. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks
He needed
for a
that.
first down. And the Mountaineers come to the line with a new set of downs. Brown wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Ward. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. The Mountaineers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wide receiver going in motion. Little touch pass to the receiver.
Of course, of course. Oh my God. You've got to be joking me. I'm pretty sure it was a legit fumble too. Challenge it anyway.
We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give
Maybe
the
not.
replay booth the chance to have another look. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Gives it on the option. Turning it on.
Hubbard!
Touchdown Mountaineers. They move on top here in the fourth.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters in the fourth quarter. In
Needed
crunch
that
time
drive.
to take the lead in this football game.
And the extra point is good. He'll bring it out. It's Glover. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Nudges ahead for one out to the 16. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll go to the ground. He is going.
Why did he not engage him at all?
Stop at the line of
Goodness.
scrimmage.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give him credit.
Heck yes, that's what we needed.
To him, and down he goes at the 9.
Oh,
The Utes will call on their punt team.
like I can breathe for a second
And
now.
not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He gets it away from his own end zone.
I get the ball midfield. 4 minutes left.
Fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, Dave?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it.
Man, like whenever I hit people like that, it's caught by the computer every single time.
Drive my feet, really be physical, because
Tried to throw it all over me.
You can tell the difference when that body jerks
I feel like midfield fourth on a turnover is part of our turnover on
They have the lead in
turnover.
a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow. But this carries big-time risk on 4th down.
Come on, McQuinney, you need to read this.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Oh, does he turn that loose?
Shit.
And it's incomplete.
Of course they knock it out of my hands.
4th down is to no avail. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. To the air, it's St. Clair. Bringing the heat.
Big sack. Big sack defense.
And the Utes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Leaves it with the back.
No, sir.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He'll loft one deep down the left side.
Oh, pick that! I hit it right to you.
They weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
We've seen this offense click and hum, and it's not clicking, and something's a little bit off. And I like the deep shot down the field. At least it wasn't an interception, but they got to find a way in this O to manufacture some first downs and some passing yards because everything's been difficult today.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air.
Get to him.
Throws to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. What a bad time for a mistake.
All right.
Like that.
What a big game-changing play. I love when you see defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guys. So aggressive, going and getting that pick, creating some big mojo for your team.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time
I gotta
as
keep it on the
possible.
ground. We gotta make them use
Didn't get
timeouts.
much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now, if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back.
It's just
and
crazy
preserve
that,
time
like,
for their
I cannot
offense.
move the damn ball in any way.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Brown will throw it. Makes the catch. It's Gallagher. They'll make the
4th and 1.
stop about a
Field goal
yard
only
short
gets
of
us
the
up
first down.
6.
Great job by the receiver catching that.
Oh,
And did you
I'm
see
gonna
the
run
way
the
he
clock.
came back to the football? That's a
And
great
then-
lesson for a lot of young receivers out there.
You were gonna go for this.
Create separation by coming back to the quarterback.
Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. They'll run for it. He's brought down.
Okay, we
but
got
it'll
it.
be
Holy
enough for
cow.
a first down.
Oh,
Quick
man.
timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Get me out of this game.
Happy with the situation, the quarterback will take a knee. You want to talk about building confidence, coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at
That
the
was a
right
brutal
time
game.
can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters. And this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've seen a lot of looks, and they've
I can't believe they're allowing us to just make this. Yeah, I'm hoping we can lock him. I mean, he's only 84. I'll get better. That's what we're looking for in a running back. Sure, if we're gonna be able to grab this linebacker here. 8. So week 6, they're already all the way up there. Yeah. Everyone's on that star search. Might as well just do matters from 8 to 9. Either way, I don't know if we're gonna be able to get to 8. Ooh-wee. Yeah, man. Trying to throw pass. Trust me. I think we're set for the next game to play. Big week of visits for us. I think from what we've seen to this point, Archeol is going to have to go on the bench. They actually get 2. More accurate. Awareness is lower. Way more accurate than Brown. Play action. Both their plays terrible. I don't even think our boy NeQuincy got a reception that game. That was such a terrible game. Archeol just ain't it. Hubbard single-handedly keeping us in games. All right, well, we're on a little bit easier opponents. Till later half of the season. We'll see how that all goes. So, till then, I'm out for right now.